This video I'm making right now is because I need to just, sometimes I have a hard time making videos and all that, but Thusala, why do I say Thusala? There's no R on that. Thusala Productions. Um, I just watched your video on AI is God and targeted individuals. And then I was very surprised to even hear my name in your video, but over the period of time since I've known you on here in the blood family and watched your videos and stuff, I like your unique approach to things. I really do. I that's just I fully respect that with everybody. But girl, you're not crazy. You don't need to go to any psychiatrist, psychologist, any of those fucking people for their fucking opinions, because these so-called experts and all them, they will do everything but the simple thing. And when I was younger, growing up, I've experienced, I know a lot of people can relate to this, experiencing paranormal things, things that would question the fact that you may have powers, within you. And I would test it. And then over the years, especially since mid 1990s on with the internet and stuff, I have, done many tests on different websites for psychic abilities to whatever, I've got videos on that a little bit, but, and I'd rank really high. It was like I would challenge myself on those things. And then, yes, what has happened over the years, with this technology, they are after, our free will. It's not only about our flesh and whatnot. I mean, we all know we're in the battle of the souls, basically, and all that, but they go after us so hardcore. They don't want us to even have a thought nowadays of our own. And when you test the technology, like over the years, I've told different truthers and stuff, hey, run this test where you can go completely away from the technology, leave your phone in the house, computer, whatever, and then walk out into nature and have a thought or see something. And then when you come back to the technology, your phone and computer stuff, and you happen to be scrolling through, or you're looking, maybe you're doing a search for something completely different than any of the thoughts you might have had when you were out away from the technology, and then you find that in the fucking results when you're searching for something completely different, and or you find it in new content. Like when I'm on YouTube, the home button, it shows mixed content, new and old. The subscription button on the YouTube, it shows the new content that people put out there. And when it's when you're getting ads and different things in content that is from thoughts you had that were so fucking random and off the fucking wall at times, I have tested it. And please say, get in contact with Rex and Tiffany too. They could tell you that, like I wrote them on texting not that long ago, I do periodically check in with them. And I said, hey, I'm writing down these words and some numbers on a piece of paper, and I took a picture of it and sent it to them, and I said, we are all online, with our brains and stuff. There was another incident I'll tell you about in a second here. It's like I'm getting way ahead of myself. So I took a picture of some words and numbers, and, it's just, a few random things, right? I said, this is going to happen within my content or possibly your content that you're viewing there in Texas, because I'm in Michigan. I know you're like in either North or South Carolina. And I said, this is going to be in the content in the next few days. I'm testing the fact that, you know, if we are online, which I believe we are, because of the frequencies and everything, and they know our unique heart rhythm and everything else, as they listen to us 24/7 and store the information in the cloud for the social credit judgment system, etc. And what happened was, it didn't happen exactly the next day. It happened to the second and third day after. Was full of those, the words I wrote down and the numbers I wrote down. And so I you know, I didn't write back the next day because it didn't happen the next day. And I wrote Rex and Tiffany back, and I said, it happened a couple days later, but it did happen. I'm seeing the stuff dealing with those words I wrote down on the piece of paper. I can't even find that piece of paper right now. I'm in a fucking paper mess. You know, it's paper fucking hell in this country, you know. Yeah. Now, over the years when I was younger and all the paranormal experiences I've had and things I've tested have been tested on Wright-Patterson University. Wright-Patterson, you know, I lived right near that at one point in time in my life. They wanted to study me on stuff with the brain shit and all this, but I refused to do it because my friends told me, don't do that, they'll lock you up and keep you. So I never did it. And I've been doing it on the side and stuff here and there, but when I was young, around age 10 to 12 years old, apparently I got out of hand at some point. My parents took me to a psychiatrist or whatever, and then they gave me some little orange pills or something, you know, so I was on them for like a year or so maybe. And when the psychologist or whoever the hell I seen tested me on things, like they would hold up pieces of paper with things on them, you know, and ask me a question. And I remember like they would hold up, you know, cardboard piece of paper or whatever with dots all over it, and they'd just flash it at me and they'd say, how many dots do you think you've seen on that piece of paper, right? And I'd hit the number exactly just from a glance. So I wasn't sitting there counting them in any kind of way. I was young, and you know, I could just glance at it and actually hit that fucking number, nail that fucking number, not within a few numbers or anything. I'd literally nail that fucking number. So I can't remember all the stuff that took place back then, but I do remember specific things like that. But yeah, and then what first started confirming for me that we were online with our minds and stuff was, and I wrote Rex and Tiffany about it right away. I was like, hey, you know, I mean, my husband's gone. I ain't got really anybody to talk to. And then he would question shit. He'd be like, okay, whatever. You know, me and him were two different people. But I wrote them. I said, hey, I was driving down the highway in the city. I was going through Toledo because I had to go to a bank across town that I don't bank at, and this, that, and the other. It had to do with my husband's paperwork and stuff and all that I'm still dealing with. And the bank pissed me off because they lied, and I have them on recording lying to me, you know, that I had to make that trip to begin with. I didn't discuss that with Rex and Tiffany. The only part I discussed was, hey, I was driving down the highway. I had my music player app, you know, thingy in my phone, and I have a cord that plugs into the truck for the speakers of the truck, right? And so I have, you know, music that, you know, I have programmed in my phone in that little music app, like BT, Pussifer, Lord, Crady, all kinds of them, right? Bass Nectar, whole bunch of them. And I was listening to music on the way back from going to the bank, and I was pissed off, really pissed off. And many times over the years when I've been pissed, some paranormal fucking things have happened, right? But anyway, I'm driving home on the highway. I'm in the fucking city, so I had perfect Wi-Fi connection or whatever to my phone or whatever to use that app, because it seems like all the new technology is running on apps and this, that, and the other. But, sorry, I was sidetracking. Anyway, the music, I'm like, I don't feel like hearing that fucking song right now, you know? And I'm traveling down the highway, 65, 70 or whatever, in a pissed off mood, you know, past motherfuckers not giving a fuck, you know, that kind of driving, but you're very safe still. But you know what I mean? I was like pissed off in my brain because of what I just went through. And I, you know, I got them motherfuckers on recording straight the fuck up. But I was listening to music and I'm like, I don't want to fucking hear that song right now, you know? And then the thing would flip through the fucking songs. And I'm not touching it. I'm not even touching my phone, looking at my phone or doing anything because I have my eyes on the fucking road, driving along, not giving a fuck. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I don't want to fucking hear that song right now. I wanted to change it, you know, physically. I wanted to change that manually there, but I didn't. And then it would flip through and I'm like, okay. And then it would stop on a song. And then I'd listen to that. Okay, that's a better song. And then I'm like, I don't want to hear that song no more. I was just so fucking pissed off and frustrated. And then it would flip through again. And this happened so many times while I was driving where I was testing it. I was testing it, sister. I'm like, no, I don't want to hear that song right now. Flip it. Flip it. And all I was doing was thinking it. I was like, fucking wow, man. Fucking wow. This confirms because of all the times and experiences I've had of just thinking something, writing something, having a visual, or walking by something and looking at it at the grocery store or whatever. And then I'm getting goddamn coupons in the mail for it when I don't even eat that shit. I just happened to pass by in the goddamn grocery store and looked at it. Okay, so it's not only what we say or what we write, it is actually what we fucking see. So therefore, we are fucking online with our brains. And the fact that, you know, anything man-made fucks up. So you got to figure all that. And the other factor is we have dominion over everything. The land, the animals, and demons, and those who are fucking doing wrong and fucking shit up. We have dominion over all that shit. So if we're in the beast system, which I believe we are, the beast system's not going to sit there and tell you the truth. Hey, yeah, you know, I lied about the chip thing. I already got your fucking number. Done tricked everybody. You know what I mean? Because people should have had discernment when they first came out with that fucking number thing, but they were waiting on the chip because they believe that script, you know, and so you got to figure the beast system's not going to fucking say, hey, yeah, I lied about whatever. You know what I mean? You can't expect it to tell the fucking truth. So, you know, with our numbers and everything, then if you take that CV test and all that, you know, there's some number sequences with that because it fucking is carrying the fucking shit to give it out to people so they can keep their fucking numbers up and all that. So they can keep their charade fucking show up and all that. But yeah, over the years, I've had a lot of experiences, and I could tell you, Mary, and a bunch of us, and a lot of, you know, blood family, whether they realize it or not, or tapping into it or not, as frequent, you know, we're very powerful, and I fully believe, I'm getting way ahead of myself, I just, I fully believe it's becoming more evident that 144,000 fucking, you know, none of us need any weapons or anything like that, but we, you know, I've walking by shit and fucking emptied out, you know what I mean? Technology, TVs, computers, everything. My friends, I've got witnesses over the years, you know, I'm a hermit nowadays, but my friends over the years and family have actually witnessed me doing stuff, and they would even tell me, stay the fuck away from my fucking TV or their computer shit. Because I'll walk by and fucking imp it out for I don't know how, why, you know. And then, you know, over the years, I'm like, I got to control this shit. I got to control this shit somehow, some way. But a lot of things happen with me on psychic abilities when I'm thinking of two things at once. So now I can't figure out how that works yet, but it's like I'll be doing something, let's say driving down the road, and then in the back of my mind I'm thinking something else, and then hey, you know, it kept on changing the channel, the whatever on my music app on the songs and stuff like that. I'm getting to where I'm testing it. I'm trying to test it over and over more, and you know, trying to learn it to where's the part where I control it, where can I control it. And you know, all these discoveries Blood Family has been making, and even the shit I do and all that, and I have a hard time explaining it. You know, I mean, I read a lot of fucking documents and shit, and you know, I can't regurgitate all that shit out and stuff. But yeah, I just want you to know that, you know, don't rely on other people's opinions on all their bullshit and everything. The 144,000, I think we're supposed to be finding out this technology, finding out that, you know, like how fire has memory. Well, you know, it just really boils down to all fucking elements have memory. And then you got to figure on the butterfly effect and different things. We have powers, and it overpowers any fucking supercomputer, any fucking technology they got out there, and any fucking weapon. So our fucking our powers within us, our electromagnetic pulse, and all that. I mean, there's some shit to this, you know. I know you know. I know you're experiencing it too. I've known for a while, and I'm just, you know, me and you could be talking about some serious stuff. We need to get in touch, okay? Excuse me, smoker's cough. Next time I go down to Florida and everything, I need to stop and visit you. I wanted to. I thought of, you know, all the Blood Family. I'm like on the way down to Florida from Michigan, and I guess I needed that drive too for myself, maybe alone. I don't know. And then on the way back, it's just like I do want to reach out and stop and touch base with everybody and have conversations, perhaps privately or whatever, and just discuss certain things and feel open and not threatened on, you know, somebody judging me for it. I am glad that Blood Family can look at things with both eyes open. Look at things with both the rose-colored glasses and the fucking shit-colored glasses, because that's what we're doing out here. We're piloting through it. And, you know, everybody has good and evil within them. Everything. I mean, you have to look at both sides and then come to, you know, the truth. You know, figure out the truth. There's two sides to every story, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about Blood Family. They're not, you know, we're here for a reason. I believe it, you know. Okay, so we do our blood over intense, then what? You know what I mean? It puts our name in the book of life, then what? What about all the rest that didn't make it into the book of life, right? If we're doing it for the benefit of all, then we're here for incredible things. And I believe blood over intent really, you know, taps us into the knowledge more so, of course. I mean, that's been explained through, you know, from the beginning when Mark Braun, you know, pulled the trigger on this as far as, you know, getting it out there and discovering all this information. And we all hold keys in this. We all have powers in this. And you've got to realize, you know, these motherfuckers we're dealing with that is harming the earth and life upon it, trying to hog it up and destroy it again, and have been lying to everybody this whole time, saying God did this, that, and the other. They're psycho fucking God, because to get the whole jit of the fucking Bible or any religion is put no faith in man, which would include their writings, their silver tongue bullshit, this, that, and the other. And you have to look at both sides of the story and see through all the shit. And, you know, not many people want to look at the side of the fact that, yeah, humans destroyed the earth before with the Great Flood, and they labeled it a Great Flood because it was such a great fucking accomplishment for them. Then they turn around and rewrote history, or, you know, rewrote things and lied about it. You got to figure they're doing the same thing nowadays, pointing their dirty dipping fingers. They point and blame everybody else. Everybody else is doing shit when they're the fucking ones doing shit. You know, this elite ruling class that their bloodline needs to be extinct, because they're going around extincting bloodlines, fucking cutting DNA trees, family trees, and all this shit. But they've been expecting us. They've been expecting the 144,000. Because that's how come this technology is the way it is, and they're after your brain, they're after your free will, your holy grail. You see, if you're not into that religion stuff, that one-sided ordeal of their man god crutch, where they give their soul away, even though you're still accountable. You got to figure the creator created us, and when we die, we go back to the creator. Why the fuck we got to be tormented, stalked, and stalked, harassed, and stressed our whole fucking lives with this man god that is so hardcore after our souls, but yet is the one that allegedly created us. But the creator is not a destroyer. And these motherfuckers, they lie about everything, but they have been expecting us. And we've been here before, we're on loop, and which explains a lot of the early photography stuff matching up to certain people nowadays you see in different videos and all that. But they'd like to wipe our DNA out and all this shit, like they've done different races throughout history. So it's a matter of us tapping back into our ancient DNA, remembering who the fuck we are, not giving our soul away, holding our holy grail high. Our cup is full. It's not fucking half empty crutch shit, half full crutch shit. It's fucking full. We own it. We own our souls, and they're fucking after everybody. And if you don't believe in their man god, and if you don't, go on their one-sided system, it's fucking dangerous. It's fucking dangerous. Their god is a fucking killer god, and they've killed a lot of people throughout history of this bullshit, which it's all fake. And then if you look at the Georgia Guidestones, it said they want to drop the population down to 500 million. They want to rewrite language stuff, right? I mean, bam, it's in our fucking face. They're just repeating history. It's exactly what they've done before with the Great Flood. Because look at how they go around today, pointing their dirty dipping fingers, causing wars in other countries, and destroying their ancient history. And every time something's discovered in ancient history stuff, and it might be of technology or anything, they fucking hide that shit. Or anything that contradicts with what their narrative or whatever, they fucking hide that shit, don't they? Don't they? See, all this shit's adding up. And hell yeah, they don't want people thinking outside the box, or shit. I'm full of thought crimes half the time against these motherfucking evil elite rulers and all that shit. And they don't want us to figure out our fucking powers. They want to try to snuff it out with the frequencies, this, that, and the other, before we flip the table over. You know what I'm saying? If it's a matter of karma, where the fuck's their karma for killing millions of innocent people over the years? You know what I mean? Where the fuck's their karma? You see, they want people believing, turn the other cheek, God's going to punish them later. So you got the masses turning the other cheek to the little few elite ruling class, waiting for God to punish them few elite. Although they're the masses, they fucking outnumber them. You know what I mean? That's some serious fucking magic brainwashing right there. You gotta hand it to these motherfuckers. The religion shit is the greatest fucking weapon out there. But since they've been expecting us and stuff like this, they've ramped up this technology to do this stuff to us on influencing our thoughts and everything. And, of course, with the genetically modified foods and altering DNA and everything through that, because they plan to have, us have humans sexless in the future, and this, that, and the other. That shit gets real deep. But you combine all that and the poison air, water, foods, all this shit that we live in, and then add to it the fucking frequencies and shit. Yeah, they've been expecting us and all that. That's how come they've amped up all their shit to try to prevent us from doing whatever, but our minds are stronger than the beast system, supercomputers, or any of this fucking shit, I'm telling you. But do not, you know, you're your own best psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever. I've had a psychiatrist actually tell me that. I went when I was younger because I was, you know, I've been experiencing paranormal shit and all this shit all my life. I know a lot of you have been too. You know, these things are not miracles and stuff. When you witness it and you think in your heart and your intent, you think, no, you don't want that accident to happen. And then it goes, and you know, and it doesn't happen. Maybe by a thread, you know what I mean? But they're not miracles, and people label them as miracles, very rare, make a wish once a year, shit. They don't want you to believe in the powers and dominion and everything that you have. But yeah, they've told me you're your best psychologist is yourself. I mean, you know, we live with our bodies every day, but yet people run to these doctors and shit. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. They want us. They're after our souls. You know, the system is a crutch. The religion is a crutch. Give up your soul. They are so fucking hardcore after people's souls. And people are just, you know, jumping over the cliff like swine. So for the benefit of all, they're just fucking flying off the edge of that fucking cliff. And, you know, some shit, you know, in the future, they're keep on amping up their fucking technology, okay, to where, you know, their weaponry against humanity and life on Earth is, you know, yeah, but a lot of people think this bullshit is global warming on stuff when they're melting Antarctica. They've stolen trillions from us and want to say we're in fucking debt, but they've stockpiled all kinds of stuff, including seed bank, DNA bank stuff, this, that, and the other. They know the earth will rebound. And then you got all these people believing, oh, it's prophecy, the world's supposed to end, and this, that, and the other. Well, if the world ends, you know, by humankind, ends by fire or whatever, it's really by our own free will. And it's not my free will to do it, but they know that the earth will rebound. People will turn around, pass it off as prophecy and whatever, waiting for their God to come back and this, that, and the other. So they'll, you know, accept their own depopulation and believe a lie that it's prophecy, when prophecies are warning signs and consequences to prevent. You know, we don't have to destroy the world. But they want everybody to believe that shit. So this battle we're in is fucking hard. And, wow, man. They're going around, you know, adding words, taking away words, doing all kinds of fucked up shit behind everybody's back while they put on a show for other shit. They just, you know, want to distract, entertain everybody. Now, this beast system we're living in, that this computer system stuff that, you know, has tapped into our minds and everything for the past few G's ago, you know, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, 6G, 7G, it ain't going to be fucking enough. Just like Windows 10 ain't going to be fucking enough. Nothing's ever enough. They got to overload it with sprinkles and whipped cream and cherries on top and bling bling. You know what I mean? It's, you know, so you're like walking through a haystack on your path that is spinning around your ass like a fucking tornado, and you gotta find the fucking needle and keep your eye on the prize, the fucking needle in the haystack, while that bitch is fucking spinning around your ass like a fucking tornado at all fucking times. You know what I mean? And because they want to distract people, keep them away from the fucking truth any way possible. And, you know, it's just a matter of looking at the other side of the story, and you can't believe any of these experts, any of the, you know, any of their bullshit out there. They will do everything but the simple solution. I mean, I can look back at all the fucking letters I've fucking written motherfuckers about, hey, you know, you just poison this fucking water, you know, on Earth, and then you want to use chemicals to treat it, but I found these plants that'll fucking clean the fucking water, but they won't want to use it. Even the fucking Indian tribes I fucking wrote and shit. I'm like, the fuck's... Then I end up writing them back, fuck y'all motherfuckers. and all this. But, I mean, they will do everything but the fucking simple thing. You know, just like how they write their rabbit holes of fucking laws and bullshit. Everything is to distract us, trying to keep us, you know, jumping through hoops and bullshit. But if they, when they feel threatened or whatever, they will throw you some side curves. That's for damn sure. I mean, you'll get shit right out of the fucking blues, so where you have to chase and do things because if you don't, then they'll fucking go after you for it type shit. You know, they're fucking paperwork and bullshit we got to jump through on hoops and stuff. But the other factor is, yeah, they copyrighted strike my video I put up of the clips of Westworld Season 3, Episode 5. They copyright strike that. Everybody else can fucking put movies and television clips all up in their videos, except for me. I know they're, and some of us, you know, here, because they're fucking watching us, man. We're a fucking threat to them, and you know, I'm a housewife fucking widow, sitting from the comfort of my own fucking home, but I got a lot of research over the years and years of it, because I question everything, and then, you know, you can't talk to a lot of common people about it because they can't think outside that fucking box. Then they call you crazy, they call you a witch, and every fucking name in the book. And then, you know, I got people that have witnessed things that I have, you know, been close to over the years, and they could tell you, yeah, you can dream into the future, you can, oh my god, this shit is fucking deep. And let me tell you, yeah, when you go to sleep, I mean, I got superpowers. I answer fucking distress calls a lot and stuff, and go through other people of actual happenings that are happening in real fucking time, and then see the stuff on the news the next day and stuff like this, or a few days ahead of time, and mention it, and then the shit happens. I mean, I've got a total history of this stuff, and, you know, all I got is a GED. I'm not no fucking expert in anything, no college, none of that shit. Most of my education came from the fucking library, and then the internet, you know, and experiences, of course. But the 144,000, yeah, I've been inside the fucking computer to levels even that happened like over a year ago that kind of shook me to the core a little bit back then. And then over a period of time, you know, putting these puzzle pieces together, on looking at the other fucking side and everything, and all their shit agendas on, you know, depopulating so they can hog up the earth for themselves, and peace will reign for 1,000 years, you know, and all this shit, and how they got that Bible written against the 144,000 in the sense of, you know, so many ways. I mean, we're all not fucking virgins. We're not, you know, nobody's fucking perfect. We've experienced different things, but our path has led us here magically, and in a sense of, you know, we own our souls. We're awake. We never felt right deep down. I mean, I've dealt with different religions over the years and everything, thinking, hey, you know, I'm gonna, you know, maybe try that or whatever. Everybody's saying do this, that, and the other, whatever, and I do experience it. But deep down in my heart, this stems back since I was little, deep down in my heart, I just never fully felt right about it. You know what I mean? There was always that question in the back of my mind, because we are all unique. We are all individual blades of grass, unique. Every blade of grass is unique, okay? Except for the genetically modified, altered, hybrid things out there. But anyway, the earth is alive, it grows, adapts to life upon it, and grows with life upon it. There is no overpopulation in all this. These motherfuckers are just greedy sickos that are just trying to repeat history again. And, you know, they've been talking about the end times for, god dang, hundreds of years. Parents, grandparents, I mean, they pass it on generation after generation. This curse. It's like a fucking curse to make everybody worry and stress out and this, that, and the other. And, you know, nobody's ever had to do without life essentials or anything. We've all had equal dominion. We've all had everything provided here for us equally. And, you know, that Bible and stuff, they'll make you run to and fro. 1 minute it's okay to do something, next minute it's not. 1 minute this, that, and the other. I mean, why would the Creator want us to sacrifice shit? And then turn around later say, oh, thou shalt not kill. Oh, then turn around later and say, oh, go ahead and kill it and eat it. You know, what? I mean, it just back and forth, to and fro. And then all these people need confirmation. They got to run and get confirmation everywhere because they don't want to. You know, I'm like, don't you believe it to be true in your heart? They're like, yeah, but I still need confirmation. I gotta go get a Bible verse. I gotta go get that. Then you need a crutch. You don't own your soul. You don't stand firm in your fucking beliefs. That's what I tell people like that. And it's a lot of Christians. I piss a lot of Christians, including my family out here, you know what I mean? And piss them off. Because they want to force that same fucking shit y'all have heard for years and years and years, and it's throughout history of the same narrative of that man God and all that stuff. But, you know, when it boils down to the nitty gritty, life is simple, and they've made it a fucking mess. And for the masses to let the few do that, that's some serious magical silver tongue, you know, craft going on there. But yeah, so inside this computer, you know, I've even gone to sleep and had dreams where I'm fucking Google searching, I'm doing this, that, and the other. I can actually stand back from the computer and Google search with my brain at times, you know, and for some reason, I might or might not notice it right away. I can't do it on, you know, at will directly yet. It's always when I'm doing, it's like two things at once. I might be thinking of something else, and then in the back of my mind, you know, I'm doing a Google search, you know. So it's always two things at once, and then I notice afterwards, hey, wait a minute. Why am I thinking of Google searching? You know what I mean? And coming up with results. Let me hit images in my fucking brain. I go through this all the time, so I'm still studying a lot of things. I mean, I love learning. I learn something new every fucking day, and we will for the, you know, to the day we, you know, re-loop. But yeah. So you know, I have different emails. Let's see. This one is PUSSCYPHERCENT@gmail.com. So it's puss cipher with a Y, cent, CENT, at gmail.com. And I can exchange numbers in there. I think I took my number off the internet, you know, when I did a video before. It might still be in there, one of the old videos when I ran down to Florida and all. But yeah, well, let's discuss some things and all that. And, you know, I wish there was a way we can only keep some of the videos, like some of the videos I make and discuss certain things. I just want to keep it private with only blood family, and it's kind of hard to do. But there's so many times that we're tapping in the same, our brains tapping to each other. I think there's a lot dealing with that, because I'll also see videos and search results and different things, and it'll be blood family and videos and stuff, and you know, it's just, you know, we're relating on many different topics, subjects, or just things. It's so there's, you know, some people could say, well, that's just humanity being at one, or this, that, and the other. But I beg to differ, because we're all unique. Every blade of grass is unique. But yet, yes, I do believe in part, yes, that, yeah, one humanity, this, that, and the other, there would be a connection there. And I do believe that, yeah, I don't want to get too deep on certain things just yet, but power of suggestion, to mind over matter, to reading people's minds. I've experienced all these things, and you know, we have many powers, many gifts. You don't need to have it in your DNA or in the sense of, oh, I don't know, you know, I don't know how to read or write music, but I can pick up a guitar and fucking just randomly play some shit. And then fucking a month later, after I bought a guitar, I'm like, hey, yeah, and this is years ago. A month later, I make cover of a newspaper. I got all kinds of scouts after me and everything. 2.5 months after that, and fucking record labels and shit. I don't know how to read or write music or any of that shit. It's just anything. It's just weird shit. Weird shit. You don't have to be born with a music ability or an art ability or any of that shit. They want you to believe you got to go to school for this. You got to do this. You got to do that. No, you don't. You just got to be you. If you want to fucking do something like that and all that, then fucking just go do it, because you got to walk in on certain things like that with none of the indoctrination bullshit. You know, when I walked into Coral Castle down there when I was visiting Florida, let's say, I walked in, I didn't want to take the fucking tour. It was free, you know, and then you could tip the people that gave the tour or whatever. I didn't want to hear it. I've watched videos and stuff before over the years on Coral Castle. So, you know, I already had some idea of some things going on there. But I walked in, I didn't want to hear their shit. I wandered around and wanted to experience my own stuff. And then, you know, things happen and whatnot. I got a whole bunch of notes I wrote down from that trip on just that place alone. And I've been like, it's actually tacked up on my fucking wall over here. And I like to look at different things, you know, without the indoctrination, like as if a child, if you want to get biblical. And so you have to look at both sides of the story. But yeah, they've been expecting us, and they don't want us to have any powers of the mind. You got to be careful with the mind over matter shit, because your mind is stronger than your physical body. In the way of lifting things and stuff like this. That's how come I fucked up my back when I was a kid. Okay, I did martial arts. I did all kinds of fucked up shit, and then I fucked up my back. My spine ended up curved because of it and all this. But I wish my mother would have maybe trusted different medicine from around the world and tried different techniques instead of me having to get an operation and put 3 steel rods in my fucking back the American way. You know, it's always surgery or pills or something like that, right? You know, you can't trust this shit whatsoever. Shit, a lot of people that have left this country because they didn't believe the mainstream media bullshit propaganda about other countries. They find themselves happier, freer, and feeling like a weight off their fucking shoulders. And they're healthier and all this stuff. So, you know, we're Mystery Babylon here. And we're all fucked up here, but, you know, you have to read through the biblical shit. You have to read through all the bullshit. And I don't give a shit if they're the king, queen, president, or who the fuck ever, with the gun upside my fucking head, trying to tell me their fucking way is the right way, and this, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other. Fuck them all. I will still say, fuck you. I have my own mind. I own my soul. I'm not giving it up. And you do not control it. The most you control is my physical part, where I have to go jump through some fucking hoops and red tape down the fucking rabbit hole of the government fucking bullshit. I got to go get a license, permit, this, that, and the other. But I turn around and I get them on the phone a lot of times, and I'll call them out and record them. So, you know, yeah, I'm a bitch like that. But, and you know, I wish I could, you know, edit out my personal information from all these recordings, and I could show you. I could, you know, but, yeah. Let's talk about a whole bunch of cool shit, because, there's other blood family members out there. You know, when that one guy, I can't remember who it is, it's been a while, had a video where sparks flew from his fingertips. And I'm like, shit, I did that when I was younger in front of my mother and stepdad. My first stepdad after my dad. And my mom, she's a widow of her third of marriage, and she probably won't get married again. But My one stepdad witnessed it because he pissed me off, and I was pissed off. My mom was all siding with him, and I was young and I didn't understand or whatever, and I was pissed about something. I was so pissed that sparks flew from my fingertips, and there was little black lines right underneath the middle of my fingernails on every finger. And I was like so ashamed and freaked out. And my mom was like, I need an exorcist up in this house, because she grew up, in Catholic schools and all this. And then this, that, and the other. But, she was kicked out of that stuff because she got divorced and this, that, and the other. But she was flipping out. Had me, I was trying to get, I'm like, you ain't exercising me and this, that, and the other. I moved out and everything and lived on my own and stuff. But she exercised my room. I've heard all kinds of, they experienced a lot of shit when I was growing up. And yeah, I was embarrassed and ashamed that happened. I was like, oh my God, I put my hands behind my back. And, my anger and everything stopped. I was in kind of shock that happened. And it did happen since then, but with less, not all 10 fingers and stuff. Over the years, it would be a couple fingers here and there. I'm like, oh, wow. But it happened when I was pissed, which is not good, because I thought, oh, man, this could lead to human combustion and shit. And I think I even wrote something like that, went back and wrote something like that on that one dude's video that he was showing that he did that and all that. It was like, wow. And which is great in the sense of I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I know there's people out there experiencing things, have experienced things over the years that are paranormal, outside the fucking narrative and everything. And roll with it, people. Roll with it. We need to tap into it more. I mean, I've taken all kinds of, psychic tests all around the world, online, on these websites, and fucking I'll hit up in there number one. I'm fucking ranking number one in the world. Or, I was when I was heavier into it. I mean, I can go back and do it again. It's just I've already proved my point to myself. And I did that for a few years, y'all. I'd be number one all, here and there all the time. Somebody bumped me out of place, motherfucker, I'll be right back up there getting number one again. I was competitive in it, which was kind of good in the way of, it kept me in practice, I shouldn't be competitive like that. I'm not competitive normally on things. I've kind of let things go. I don't even give a fuck anymore about a lot of things, because I'm not into the order of, in a line, in a box shit. So I'm not worried about keeping up with the Joneses or trying to do whatever. Now, at times, I think we all get that way. Hey, check this out. I think I discovered something or whatever. I get that kind of tripping stuff within me, and I'll project that in videos. But, I mean, well, all in all, I just want people to think outside the box. And yes, I'm sending messages into the fucking hole. Cypher Centillion, I came up with that name. Yeah. It just relates to everything. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that. But yeah, I'm glad, don't be afraid. Whatever you do, it is scary. Realizing in part, if you go deep inside this fucking computer, don't fear. I've been there to where I've been to the fucking core of it. I'll tell you that. And it's fucked up. But don't be scared, because we have dominion. We have dominion. You are more powerful. You're a powerful being. I promise you. I promise you. You can make it rain in desert areas. I've been greening. I've been doing some stuff. You can, I've been picking at, elite ruling class one by one too, and doing some shit. I just don't want to incriminate myself on certain things. I mean, they can't know who can do anything to me. Who can do anything to me, but they're trying to tap into your brain for those thought crimes and shit, to where you don't use that kind of fucking power. You know what I mean? If the elite are not, they're still doing what they're doing, controlling the masses, they're fucking shit up, and, I have ill will thoughts against them. I'm not expecting them to fucking change. I'm not going to believe them if they did change overnight. They've done too many fucking crimes for me to believe any of that. And for me to sit back and wait for karma or wait for God and turn the other cheek and be passive, I'm no better than the swine over the fucking cliff. And I will risk my soul, stand ground, and go up against them no matter what way I do it. And it's the only fucking weapon I have. And there's a reason for everything. And there's a reason why all my life I've experienced all these paranormal fucking things, mystical things. And the reason why I'm fucking here now with you all, and sharing things straight from my heart, rambling it out here, trying to, get this information out here and there, and just feed people to think, and you come up and come and grow from, whatever, or seed me. And that's the other thing, y'all seed me too, to come up with this stuff. You trigger these thoughts, and then I'll research, and then I'm like, so it works both ways. It's, and I try to do the same. And then a lot of times I'll make some cool discoveries. Whether I'm right or wrong, a lot of times it's been leading towards I'm right on a lot of shit. And y'all are right on a lot of shit. So stand firm in your belief. We're not harming nobody or doing anything other than, I totally believe in, these elite ruling class motherfuckers that are fucking shit up. They gotta go. I have no love towards them. I'm not going to turn the other cheek. I'm not going to do the biblical thing and just shut up and be passive about it and wish good things on them or any of that shit. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. Because they're continuing to do what they're doing. And this is their ball. It keeps on rolling. And his story is repeating. They're going to do it again on a mass scale of destroying this earth again. And they're busted. Far as I'm concerned, they're busted. Because they did it before with the Great Flood and the technology and everything they had back then. Then they turn around while a lot. Everybody, there's too many different races. There's too many different life forms on earth for anybody to tell me it's just this one-way shit system when, then they distract us and bombard us with all this chaotic bullshit and, oh, we're rulers, we're over you, we're experts, we're fucking authority. And then you got all these people nowadays. I mean, I gotta see if I'm allowed. You gotta see if you're allowed. If you buy this property, you gotta see if you're allowed to do this, that, and that. Fuck that, motherfuckers. If I buy goddamn property, I'm not gonna pay for it over and over again. I sure as fuck, ain't gonna ask fucking goddamn permission to do something simple, natural, and right, and not harming nobody. Fuck that shit. Call these motherfuckers out. And because their gig is up, I see right through all their bullshit. They destroyed this fucking world before. They're trying to do it again. They don't want everybody waking up to the fact that, they're just repeating his story. And, they don't want everybody waking up to that. And they've been expecting us. They've been expecting us. But this time, motherfuckers, here we come. We are fucking here. And, I've tapped back into my ancient DNA so much, I could tell you all about ancient times in a lot of ways. I mean, you could see for miles and miles and miles. The skies are pretty clear. Pretty fucking clear. And the lighting, electricity, or if you want to call it that, was neon. And, it was beautiful. Lush. It wasn't desert. And all this shit. I mean, there were so many things. I'm talking about Egypt. Anyway, tap into your ancient DNA and just take away the fucking doctrine of everything you've been taught. All these bullshit. I mean, you could go back and look at ancient pictures, right? Don't believe, these expert, whoever wrote all this stuff and translated it, okay? And this is what it says. No. That's what they want you to think and believe. Because they're the fucking expert. They got all this college behind them. You're a fucking peon. Right. No. It's just They don't want everybody finding out the fucking truth. And I wish I could translate this in all the languages, but they don't want you to find out the truth and own your own soul. They would love for you to be on loop, believing that everything is supposed to be the way it is, and you're just a slave, do nothing, turn the other cheek, and be a slave in the next loop life, right? Over and over, and then they fuck with your family, your fucking DNA, and this, that, and the other. See, they won't leave on no rock unturned, and I am so fucking tired of it. The only reason I haven't left this fucking country yet, I was waiting on family, I was waiting to do certain things, thought I could do this, that, and the other. They fucking stop me at times, right in my fucking tracks. But when the system tries predicting things that I'm going to do, or tries to influence things I'm going to do, or whatever, because it will try to sidetrack me. I'll try to make videos at times, and I'll be talking about something fucking important. I got so many videos I've made I have never put out there. But in the background, here we go, and I'm in a fucking rural area, but all of a sudden, when I say certain words, then all of a sudden, magically, fucking noise from hell driving by, or a fucking jet, fighter jets. I've had fighter jets. They motherfucking circle my fucking house where I could throw a rock 50 fucking foot up, motherfuckers. And so anyway, and sometimes, because I'm going to cut in the grass again over here, a fucking message. Once in a while I do that. I'll cut in the grass and leave it there. No fly zone. So what they do, they fucking fly over it more and circle around shit. Motherfuckers. My husband experienced that one. But, they should fear me in the sense of, I know that they've fucked with me here and there. I've been followed. I've been ran off the road. I've been, fucked with. I'm serious. So they get to where they fuck with me on frequency levels too. But I do not fear. I overcome it. I'll do whatever. And a lot of it gets real deep and hard to explain, but they're giving you, they're tapped into your, everything, your internet stuff, even shit you do offline. They listen to you 24/7. They know you. So your opponent is a supercomputer that knows you, knows every move you're going to make ahead of time before you make it, like that God. See, that book has government elite ruling class name written all over it, because one minute God didn't know that one dude was going to, if he was going to sacrifice his son or not. Then he goes to do it, and then God stops him. So, oh, just kidding. I just wanted to see if you were going to do it or not. But yet, on the other hand, oh, God knows everything you do ahead of time before you do it, and this, that, and the other. Your life is pre-planned. So why the fuck we living? It's just a bullshit lie. That's all it is. It's just a script for the government to have people believe these prophecies of their own demise, of their own depopulation. And as far as I'm concerned, busted, motherfuckers. I got you. And my paperwork my research of their fucking paperwork, everything they do is pre-written and shit like that. I'm fucking caught up on their technology and everything. That fucking video I made about CERN, all that shit. That shit's, I left it out there because I'm like, I know deep in my heart, I know. And I'm coming to find out, the more truther channels and people on that CERN topic and all that don't even know my videos or not, I don't know, but the shit is true. Okay, it's more, I'm coming to find out more and more it's true, and that's the reason why I left that video out there. I did make it private at one point in time. I was like, damn, I fucking fly off the handle, because it freaked me out. And that's what happens when you see things. When you see the truth, a lot of times, it does freak you the fuck out, okay? And we're females, we're sensitive. We're not, we do have emotions and stuff, and for anybody to believe otherwise, you know, and say anything about that, they can go piss off. We're human. And yeah, don't fear it. You know, that it's all around us. I mean, you would have to literally drop all your technology and leave the fucking country. But, you know, they've done nanoparticle spraying everywhere, too, and, to, you know, for the grid computer system stuff to, you know, where they can, yeah, yeah. You know, it gets real fucking deep. I mean, I wish everybody would just fucking throw away their technology and bust it and break it and destroy every, you know, all of it, really. But, you know, we're addicted. And part of it, you know, it's our communication, all this shit. So, just going from the inside out. Fuck it, man. So inside the computer, I like to, you know, I'll have visions. Do you have visions? I think we all have visions, maybe a flash before our eyes, you know, when we're awake. I know that when I go to sleep, I have dreams where I'm in other countries. And for some reason, I understand their language and stuff at that moment and all that. I might be in somebody else when I sleep. It's like, you know, there's two sides to every story, and there's two to everything. It takes two to fucking tango. If there's a male god, there's a female god, you know, and up, down, on, off, in, out, male, female. I mean, so awake, asleep, you know. So when we dream, it blows my mind the magical powers I have, like flying around and doing stuff in my sleep and my dreams, and doing some neat stuff. And then when I'm awake, I'm like, damn it, I wish I could fly and do that while I'm awake. But then you got to stop and think, well, I've been indoctrinated my whole life. Of course, how could I possibly believe that I could ever fly in real life like I do in dreams? And when I do fly in dreams, just the other day when I was, you know, flying around in a dream, I made sure I noticed that I was in a dream flying, and I noticed the fact that one of my legs was kicked up, like you see in those angel pictures or superhero pictures where they're flying and their one leg bends up. You know what I mean? And shit like that. But when I'm in a dream, recognizing I'm in a dream and doing stuff, you know, at will, where I control it. I can control a lot in my sleep and in dreams, you know, of actual happenings going on somewhere on Earth and stuff. So, you know, that tells me a lot. It tells me a lot, y'all. Because, you know, there's too many incidences where, you know, to be on the news the next day that certain things took place, and it'll show the same scenery that I was fast asleep dreaming about, and the same situation stuff. And, you know, it just happens so many fucking times, people, that it ain't a fucking coincidence. I promise you that. It is not a fucking coincidence. You know, you parents out there, when your kid is fixing, you know, could be fixing to fall or whatever, and then you're like, no, and then it doesn't happen, and then, or whatever, and just weird things like that. My husband can even, when he was alive, he told me things of when his sons were growing up and everything, about stuff like this, where it was like, you know, an angel was carrying them, or an angel blocked it, or whatever he would say, stuff like that. And what it really is you're you know, you're the parent, you're witnessing something fixing to happen that you could possibly not control, but yet in your heart, you did control it. In your mind, in your soul, you controlled it to where the accident did not fucking happen. So, you know, look at all these different experiences you've had, and then look outside the indoctrination, the shit we've been taught and stuff, and forced, actually, to learn. We've been forced to learn their fucking way, their one-sided system, their fucking whatever professional doctrine writing fucking bullshit they dreamt up, silver tongue shit. And then look at the other side of it. Step back from it and say, you know what? This has happened too many fucking times. You can call it an angel, you can call it a fucking miracle all you want, but there's too many times I've done it at, a will, and then many times I cannot do it at will. It just depends on the situation. A lot of times in emergency situations, while I'm awake, experiencing something, fixing to happen, or whatever, I can literally, I've stopped crowds, I've stopped, just weird shit over the years, in order to prevent, people from getting hurt or prevent accidents and stuff like this. Wow. Wow. So, you're a superhero. They've been expecting us. They've built up their weaponry, and your opponent is a fucking supercomputer, and you're playing a chess game with a fucking supercomputer that knows your fucking every move ahead of time. So you better give them a curveball, because you have dominion. You're a free spirit soul standing ground in your own flesh, in control, and the supercomputer predictive fucking system bullshit, man-made shit can't fucking control you. It's trying to control you, trying to influence your moves, every move you make, trying to distract you, trying to entertain you. Here's a shiny bling bling, or force shit upon you. So you're in a chess game with all this shit. So we gotta, power up quick, because, the more time goes by, the more they're up in their shit. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter in the sense of the power you have, and we need to realize and control and stop this shit from happening for the benefit of all, The benefit of all. So we'd have to, as far as I'm concerned, these elite ruling class motherfuckers committing all these crimes and lying and cheating and this, that, and the other, stealing and killing, all this shit, this beast system, it's just got to go. Either we tame the fucking beast or kill the fucking beast, one or the other. But we cannot continue with this beast system lying to humanity and destroying life and fucking shit up. We can't continue this way. They keep on doing it, and the more souls that, they keep on jumping over the fucking cliff. So for the benefit of all, we got to stop that jumping over the fucking cliff shit. I don't know all the fucking answers, I can tell you that. I'm just putting out there things I do know about, and, it's for you to decide, each and every one of you. And only blood family can understand this, everything I'm saying. And thank you, Thusala Productions. I love you, girl. I love all my blood family. And I appreciate beyond measure your open minds to me. And, thank you.